been really hesitant to do this, and it hurts me because I really like this quarterback.
Okay.
But everything is leading in the direction of him being the problem. And not just, it's not the only problem that they're having. The injuries are piling up.
Are you gonna say it? Please say it. Please
I
say it.
love this guy.
Please say it.
I think if you match him up against Dak, he is more talented, he is more athletic, and I think he has more potential and upside than Dak.
Mm-hmm.
But stats, analytics, they
Mm-hmm.
they don't lie.
Mm-hmm.
So my second loser of the week is Carson Wentz.
Yes, he is. He is a loser.
Okay, you don't
He
have
is a
don't kick him
loser.
when he's down, man. Come on.
It's the boy, Bubba, let's coming through. Hella clutch, flawless, can't be touched. It's your boy, Bubba, let's. Yeah, I need that hot take. I need the truth and everything that is not fake. So tell me.
Welcome back, Bubba Bunch, to another episode of the Bubba Let's Sports Podcast, episode 171. We keep on rolling this week. And of course, today, winners and losers of the NFL Week 3, alongside Kevin, doing your second winners and losers of this season.
Yes.
Last week's really popped off, did very well.
It was a very fun episode to make, honestly.
So much fun. So we're going to do it again. We're going to try to keep it short, like we always say. But, hey, we'll see what happens.
All right.
Let's get right into it. A hectic week in the NFL.
Yeah, it was actually.
And now COVID's happening with the Tennessee Titans.
And somewhat the Vikings, but that's more of a precaution.
We'll see what happens. But you know the drill with winners and losers. It is, if you are a winner, I even got the shirt this week. You get
a little bit of the bubbly.
And if you're a loser, unfortunately, you're getting tough. You don't want the Stephen A in this instance. I just realized that that I pressed the number for the hotkey, and then it messed with my notepad where I had all my winners and losers. So it was just a bunch of ones and twos next to each other. But anyways, let's get right into it because we got a lot to go through. Kevin,
let's get it.
Ladies first. Who is your first winner?
I am quite a pretty lady, if you ask me. So, my first winner of week 3 of the 2020 NFL season. Look, man, I said it a long time ago, and you didn't agree with me. A lot of people didn't agree with me. And I'm not going to lie, so I was starting to lose faith. Just a little bit. But I had some resolve that he would eventually pop off. And he has been. Mr. Josh Allen is my winner of week 3.
I knew it was coming. I knew it.
Mm-hmm. Look, because we're trying to keep this episode nice and efficient, I'll make it quick. Josh Allen has been nothing but sensational for the Bills. He has been the absolute, in my opinion, because their defense has kind of been lacking these past 3 weeks. Still good, but lacking from what they used to be last season. I think Josh Allen has been the sole reason why they've been able to win these games. Besides this week, because the Rams almost came back on them pretty easily, in my opinion. So, man, what else can you say? Oh, I know what I'm going to say. And this is my hot take of the week. Josh Allen, top 5 MVP candidate. The floor is yours.
Stop it.
The floor is yours.
No, dude. Okay,
yes.
I was going to give you credit. I was going to give Josh Allen a nice pat on the back this week, you know?
He deserves more than a pat on the back, if you ask me.
He deserves a pat on the back.
I think he deserves a pat on the back, a nice handshake, and a beer. That's what he deserves.
I'm not ready yet, okay?
Well, how could you not be ready?
I gotta get to know him a little bit more before he takes me out, okay? Look, watching that Rams game.
Yes.
He is making impressive plays that he's always been able to do, whether it's with his feet or making a tough throw to get a first down on a third down critical situation and scoring some points on the board. It has been impressive. I will say that, and it's more than I expected out of Josh Allen. My biggest issue was his accuracy down the field, his accuracy in the mid-range, and I think that he has improved in that, but not to the level of being a top 5 quarterback or being in the MVP candidacy.
Okay.
I think the mistakes that he was making when it was going bad against the Rams and the frustration that he did have, that's where I'm kind of still concerned about, because not every game you're going to get lucky and the Rams just fall short of that comeback. And you're going to play better defenses when it gets down to the Kansas City Chiefs and to the Baltimore Ravens. But he is making them competitive. He is making the Bills a good team, and they're undefeated right now. So, yes, I think he deserves to be a winner.
Yes,
I will
he
agree
is a
with
winner.
that. But you are getting way ahead of yourself if you're saying that he's an MVP candidate.
If he continues this play, he is an MVP candidate. But at least for right now, for week 3, he does deserve.
Yeah.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
I don't know what the Windows thing was. I don't know if
Wow.
that's going to keep happening. But
Wow.
anyways, yes,
Yes.
he does deserve a little bit of the bubbly.
Josh Allen, love you, buddy.
I'm-
I was always right on you.
He has been good. I will say that. I will
Yes,
say
he has.
I thought he was a complete bust. He has not been. That's on me.
Yes, he has. I was right. About 67% of the time, I'm right.
Whatever. 60. That's a very accurate number. My
Good
first
sir.
winner of this week, and it's winners because there's multiple in this first take by me. It's
Really?
the rookie wide receivers, baby.
Ooh, that you. Yeah, yeah.
Ooh, I'm loving what I see so far. I said during this draft class, this is the best wide receiver class that I've ever seen in my lifetime of covering sports, covering football, and watching football. And it's not like they had just impeccable performances. They're not going to be Pro Bowlers, all pro players right now. I'm saying from what I've seen and the situations that they're in, it can be really good this season, and it can set up for the future of just stud wide receivers in the
Yeah.
next 10 years. So
I can agree.
Brandon Ayuk from San Francisco. What's going on there, buddy?
See that shit?
No, I didn't.
Mosquito right in front of my face, but it's dead now. Keep going.
You deserve a little bit of bubbly, sir.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Brandon Ayuk got to San Francisco with all the injuries going on there. Debo Samuel. They got rid of Emmanuel Sanders. Brandon Ayuk from Arizona State, the Sun Devil himself. They've been producing a lot of great ones out of Arizona alongside
They have
Nikhil
actually,
Harry.
yeah.
Brandon Ayuk got his first touchdown of his career. Very nice. See what happens with the injuries, but he could be getting more play time in the next few weeks. T. Higgins out of Cincinnati.
T. Higgins did play nice.
Building that relationship with Joe Burrow, 5 receptions, 40 yards, 2 touchdowns. Nothing crazy. He got his first touchdowns as well, but I'm seeing a 6'4", 215-pound man in a pass-heavy offense. This could be very well a great system for him. Some guys to look forward to in the next few weeks. Keep an eye on them. Chase Claypool out of Pittsburgh with some injuries there. I like that Big Ben's finding him deep down the field. John Hightower, I was super high on him from Boise State in this draft with the Philadelphia Eagles. They need to switch something up. With Dallas Goedert going down, I'm not seeing the same production of Deshaun Jackson. I feel like John Hightower can be their deep threat, and he's been targeted a little bit more in these last few weeks, but keep an eye on him. You're going to love this one.
I was waiting for you to say it.
Hit me with that CeeDee Lamb. Hit me with that CeeDee Lamb just real quick.
Oh, you mean? Oh, that boy, CeeDee Lamb.
Oh, that boy can ball.
He can ball. He is quite a baller. Yes.
It's not
He's
just
quite
the
a
stats.
baller.
It's not just the 65 yards against Seattle with a lot of targets. It's not the over 100 yards last week in their win against the Falcons. It's the awareness on the field. It's the character of him wanting to get better each week, knowing that he's not perfect and he's nowhere near perfect, and always wanting to get better. That's what I love about CeeDee Lamb, and he is going to be a reliable wide receiver for Dak for a long time. It was what Randall Cobb was supposed to be last year, and I said this in the review against the Seahawks. He was supposed to be what Randall Cobb was, but he has better catching ability and better awareness of the field.
He also seems to already be getting a lot of like defensive attention in general. Like
Yes.
they know that he's a threat and they need to be careful about it.
Of course.
Yeah.
And lastly, the one I think you were going for, but Justin
Yeah.
Jefferson.
Oh man, that boy can play. I have been waiting for him to pop off.
Holy shit. 7 receptions, 175 yards, 71 yard reception for a touchdown. Dear God. And then you think about it, Minnesota needs to change it up a little bit on offense because they've been struggling. They need a supporting cast to Adam Thielen. And I think Justin Jefferson, with his length, with his speed, can be that factor with Kirk Cousins. And they're going to be hungry this week. They're going against the Houston Texans this week. And the Vikings are mad. They're pissed off.
The Houston no coach Texans.
The Bill O'Brien or the rejects. But
Trade away your star player team. Yeah.
But Justin Jefferson's going to have a good day against that Houston Texans secondary. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
I was actually really happy for that. Thank God he's popping off.
I mean, he was doing all right for the first few games, and then this time around, I think it really was a coming out party for Justin Jefferson.
So, do you think that all these rookie wide receivers deserve a little bit of the?
Oh,
Okay.
a little bit of the bubbly.
Okay, so that's gonna keep happening. So I'm gonna have to do this. Okay. All right. Well, without the hotkey from Windows.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
There we go. We just wanted to make
Yes.
it right. We wanted to make
Yes.
it pure. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Kevin,
Yes.
second winner of the week.
Second winner of the week. Back for week 2. I am here on your doorstep. If you would be willing to vote for Russell Wilson as the MVP of the league. His credentials are that he is a god. He does nothing wrong. He does nothing wrong apparently. Everything he does is fantastic, and he has nice hair. Would you agree that he does have nice hair?
I love the curls.
Yeah, it's nice, right, dude?
His new baby is so cute.
Yes,
Oh.
yes. Sierra and Russell Wilson make cute babies. They very much do.
They're beautiful.
Look, man, this Russell Wilson guy. If you haven't heard about him, like I said, he's a god. All he does is
It's pretty good.
he's pretty good.
Pretty good.
He is. He's a walking W. That's all he is. Yeah. Mm-hmm. See, here's the thing. He decides to throw 3 touchdown passes in the first half. 3. Okay. And then he proceeds to throw 2 more in the second half. Didn't he also throw 5 touchdown passes last week?
I think that's what you call a back-to-back.
And
And you know what the funny thing is? I'm sorry to interrupt, but
what?
Sunday was an off day for him.
It was. Yeah, it was actually. You could tell he was getting a little frustrated.
Well, he was a little bit inaccurate with some of his throws.
Yeah.
And then you also should have counted the other touchdown to DK Metcalf if it wasn't for Trevon Diggs.
Yeah.
So it should have been 6 touchdowns.
So 6. But we'll leave it at this. So 5 this week, 5 last week. Hey, how many did he throw week 1?
That is a whopping 4, I believe.
So 14 touchdowns in 3 games. 0 interceptions, because I don't count interceptions like that where it's the receiver's fault for not catching the ball and it tips into the other player.
Yeah,
I don't count that. Dude, he is so good. I don't understand. I don't understand where all his talent comes from. I don't. Because you want to make the argument for Lamar, you want to make the argument for Patrick, right? They're out of this world talented. But Russell Wilson he's hanging with them, and he's been hanging with them. That's the point. Look, man, Russell Wilson, as part of the Russell Wilson MVP party, I'm here to officially ask you for your vote through 3 seasons of the week. I mean, three seasons so far this season. Wait, I messed it up twice.
This season.
3 weeks into the season. Yes, my lord. Can I have your vote, sir?
Sir, I started the fucking campaign. What the fuck are you talking about?
Then I guess we need a little bit of the bubbly.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
There we go. There we go. Oh,
Yeah.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The guy's a god. He can do whatever he wants. You know what? You know what? For the other 14 episodes we're gonna do this year, just I'm only gonna say 4 now because he's already gonna be one of them every single week. Every single week. He's so damn good. It's ridiculous.
He's winners. Like he is the winners, and of the winners and losers.
Yeah, that's it.
That's all
At the end of the year, we're gonna do a winner of the winners, and he's gonna be number 1
It's
because
called Russell Wilson.
yeah, you know what? Let's just make an hour-long episode talking about Russell Wilson's playing ability. How about that?
Oh, that would be much longer. Isn't his son's name Win? Like that's how good he is, and that's how impressive. Like he just names his kid Win.
Imagine being so good that you can name your son W.
W. That's
Imagine.
a W.
Imagine.
That's a W. That's a
Besides the fact that he's married to Ciara. But anyway,
Oh, that's another W.
that's another W. Beautiful, beautiful woman, my lord. Your second winner, sir.
He had a rough week 1.
Oh,
He had a rough 59 minutes and 57 seconds
that is quite specific.
in week 1
Uh-huh.
of the NFL.
Mm.
But he made it count in the most critical situation. He did it again in week 2 against the Jaguars.
Oh my God.
He does it again in week 3, but the consistency is still there. From the Hall of Fame, or soon-to-be Hall of Fame kicker, Steven Gostkowski, going 6 for 6 on Sunday against the Minnesota Vikings. All of them were over 30. His longest was 55. Hits the 2 game winners to start the season, even after that terrible Monday night against the Denver Broncos.
He was very horrific that night. He was.
He was about to lose his job. He was about to be a free agent. But Mike Vrabel says we're going to keep the soon-to-be Hall of Famer from the New England Patriots. We're going to let him kick the field goals, make sure that he builds that confidence. And in week 3, the man balls out, gets a lot of fantasy points, but 6 for 6 is an incredible feat for a kicker, no matter who you are. And for him to hit game winners back-to-back and to also hit those critical field goals in a 31-30 win against the Minnesota Vikings, Steven Gostkowski, there's nothing about it. You deserve.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Plain and simple.
He is quite good at kicking, isn't he? And to be honest with you, I agree. I thought he was going to lose his job after that first week because, my Lord, he was horrific. But the leg of redemption, I guess is what we'll call it.
Hip injuries are terrible. And at a position like the kicker, it is so hard to regain your leg to the point where you feel confident. But this man has not only regained confidence, he's a whole different man. He's a different breed, different culture.
For
sure.
Wow. Steven Gostkowski, winner. Nice. I like it. I like a kicker getting on this list. My third winner of this week is collectively a whole group, whole team. The Detroit Lions, congratulations on snapping your 11-game losing streak. And also, might I add that you did it against the Cardinals.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I'm surprised because your coach kind of sucks. We'll leave it at that. In my opinion, I think he could have been way better, but I don't know what the hell is going on over there. But you beat the Cardinals. Wow, I'm surprised. Good for you guys. You guys, I saw the highlights too. This was a no bullshit game. This was a hard fought game.
Right? Yeah.
It was a hard fought game. Kenny Galladay, welcome back. Thank God you're back. Thank God you're back because I have you fantasy. But no, like in all seriousness, like the Detroit Lions are my third winners. I thought that they played pretty damn well against a really, really rough
Explosive
Cardinals defense. Yeah. I mean, also, they to a certain extent they kind of kept Kyler Murray in check a little bit. Yeah, he had a running touchdown, but that was only at the 5-yard line compared to these past 2 games where he's had 2 rushing touchdowns from the 40-30-yard line. They've kind of kept them in check a little bit with his running. Passing, they got 3 picks off on him. Granted, 1 was a very bad decision in my opinion by Kyler Murray, but still, 3 takeaways. That's no joke.
Yeah.
So, Lions, I think you deserve.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
Mm-hmm.
They were going to be my honorable mention of the week.
Oh,
So, like you said, it was a hard-fought battle.
Yeah,
Think
it
of
was.
last season where they tied in week 1. I think it was week 1.
yeah,
But
week one, yeah.
They did tie, and I've always been on this Detroit Lions bandwagon of like they can be a solid team.
They can. They always have the potential to be.
They play in a tough division, so it's always tough to get out of the NFC North. But the Minnesota Vikings are struggling. Chicago Bears, who knows how they're gonna last throughout the season. The
Yeah.
Packers are just atop of it, so no one's gonna touch that. But maybe you can get a wild card out of it. And
Yeah.
I feel like the Detroit Lions proved something on Sunday, to where their offense is always going to be really good. They have weapons across the board. They have a committee of running backs as well.
Yeah.
Matthew
In my
Stafford.
opinion, yeah, what you just said, they have one of the most undervalued quarterbacks in the NFL. I think people overlook Matthew Stafford a lot because of the fact that he's on the Lions.
Right.
But Matthew Stafford is a great quarterback. He's been a great quarterback ever since he entered the league.
Mhm.
It's just his supporting cast has never been that good. And also, he hasn't really had that many good coaches to begin with. So,
Yeah, and that's the thing about Matt Patricia with this team, is that they are going to have to be defensive minded to win football games, and I feel like this was a good example of how they do that. They
exactly.
create turnovers, put on pressure on an explosive quarterback, an explosive offense, and not to discredit the Arizona Cardinals, they played a tough game to where Kyler Murray
did.
had his moments, DeAndre
Yeah.
Hopkins had his moments, but they contained Kenyon Drake pretty well, and I've seen some good plays out of Jeff Okuda, their first
Jeff
first-
Okuda, his first interception.
first
Yes.
round draft pick out of this year, and there's a lot of potential there, and I feel like this was just a kickstart to what they can do on this
Yeah.
offense, and keep that defensive minded system with Matt Patricia. So yeah, I'm right there with you. I feel like Detroit proved something on Sunday, and
They really did.
This can transfer over to some big wins. So, last winner for me. Look, it's not even the guy.
Last.
My last.
That was
winner.
my third.
Yeah, so it's my third.
I thought we had 5.
No, that's our top 5 teams.
Ah, then I'm good.
My God.
Well, then I'm good. I'm good
Jesus
still.
Christ. My third and last winner, not according to Kevin, but
No.
it's not just the guy. It's his year. It's just the year. His 2020, compared to everybody else's, is astronomical. Patrick Mahomes' 2020 year
He's
has
something
been
else, man.
a W. We're talking about
He's-
W's. That's a W.
Yeah.
Let me just go off the list here. In February, wins the Super Bowl and is the MVP.
Hmm.
A few months later,
hmm
signs a 10-year, $500 million contract.
I'm sorry, Les. Could you say that last part again real quick?
$500 million. $500 million. Over 10 years. And he probably makes more on endorsements. The man's doing State Farm insurance. He's set. He's good.
By the way, congratulations to Patrick Mahomes and his fiance for announcing their baby today.
I'm not finished.
Little baby Mahomes. What a guy.
Engaged to his high school sweetheart around the same time. Last night becomes the fastest quarterback in NFL history to get to 10,000 passing yards. Passes Kurt Warner for the fastest quarterback to do so. Kurt
Yeah.
Warner ain't no joke. This
He is
man
not a joke.
did it faster. And then today announces that he's expecting his first child, Mahomes Jr., who might as well be able to throw 80 yards down the field straight out of the womb.
Can you imagine if this kid becomes the second Mahomes generation player in the NFL?
I'm getting Ken Griffey Jr. vibes.
Yeah.
Father. That's what I'm feeling. Like that's like they can play with each other. I mean, if he played baseball, they would have definitely played with each other on a team. It's a lot harder in football, but like that kid is gonna be a Hall of Famer somewhere. If it's
Yeah.
a boy or girl, Hall of Famer.
50 years down the line, we're going to hear about Patrick Mahomes Jr. being inducted into the Hall of Fame. For sure.
Going to be the fastest quarterback to get to 10,000 yards, passing his father.
Jesus Christ.
Or,
And you know what?
Or an Olympian.
And you know what? Even if it's a girl, still first woman player in the
Olympian
NFL.
In track and field, I already guarantee it. Guarantee it. If it's a girl, Olympian. Or she's playing in the WNBA.
Nah, bro, she's playing in the NFL. She's gonna like hit 10K in like 2 seasons. That's it.
First woman quarterback in
Yeah.
NFL history.
Yeah. Patricia Mahomes Jr. Jesus
Wow.
Christ.
You love to see it. But
Oh my God.
the year of Patrick Mahomes deserves.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin,
Yes.
your honorable mention of the week.
My honorable mention, and this honorable mention makes me so happy. It makes me so happy to say this. Cedric Wilson, I love you.
Yes.
I'm so glad. I am so happy you have finally you came out. You had your coming out party, 2 touchdowns. What was it, like 100 yards or something like that?
Oh, well over 100 yards.
Oh my God. Cedric Wilson, hands down, bro. Thank God. We have been rooting for you since day one, both of us. And we're very happy that you have your first 2 touchdowns. Love you.
I like that. Yes. Yeah, I talked about it on the review, and I can't tell you enough how happy I was when he scored that first touchdown.
Oh, I was so happy, dude. I was screaming.
Cheeks were red and hurting, and my mom
Yeah.
was like, "Why are you so excited?" I'm like, I gave her the story. I'm like, they drafted him from Boise State. You know they love Boise State people. And
Totally,
you
yeah.
know that it hurt for me because he got injured in his first season with that knee injury, couldn't come back for the rest of the year, and then never got an opportunity because they just, it didn't fit the system. They didn't know how to use wide receivers last year. And when he made the team and he's apart with Noah Brown and those great wide receivers, that group is just an incredible group of wide receivers that deserve to have a great season. And yesterday, the man cannot be stopped. And not only was he with the wide receivers, but he was also getting a little bit of touching in the punt returns.
Yeah.
So maybe they like to get him more confident in the kicking game. But man, I love Cedric Wilson. He's a stud in my opinion, and
thank
it's
God.
so nice to see him get his opportunity yesterday and ball out.
I'm so happy he caught the touchdown. Cedric Wilson, have a great week. I hope you get more this Sunday against the Browns.
Yeah. So, my mistake. My honorable mention was the Detroit Lions.
Oh.
So we don't really have to do much. 11-game losing streak ended against a really good Cardinals team.
Yep.
And that's about it. So
yeah. All right. Moving on then.
The only other honorable mention, and I'll take the first loser of the week,
Okay.
if you don't mind.
Go for it.
I was also going to mention maybe Nick Foles because he came in. I mean, he was like, "Coach, just give me a chance." He goes in, and maybe he doesn't get the winner title this week because it is the Atlanta Falcons. But that's why my loser and first loser of the week is, of course, Mitchell Trubisky and the Mitchell Trubisky era, because this man has officially hit rock bottom. It is sad to think that in 2 weeks into the NFL season, he actually did pretty well. He kept his composure. He made the right decisions. And the Bears are 2-0. Well, Mitchell Trubisky is kind of giving himself a little campaign to be the franchise quarterback, don't you think? All the Nick Foles talk in the end of the season or the off season, were like, okay, they're just preparing for the worst, and Nick Foles is a good backup. But Mitchell Trubisky's still the starter. Let's see how that goes. It goes pretty well after week 2. And then to struggle against the Atlanta Falcons, I get that. I was watching the game, and I was like, this is just a tough game for the Bears. It's a Falcons team that wanted some redemption, wanted to prove people wrong. It makes sense storyline-wise. Yeah. And then you see Nick Foles hit the field, and you're like, well, this turned really bad real quick. And not just that. If Nick Foles would have lost this game and struggled against the Atlanta Falcons defense, I would have been like, okay, this is where the Bears are in a tough situation. They don't know who their quarterback is. But Nick Foles goes in there and 3 touchdowns, 180 yards, throws about the same amount as Mitchell Trubisky does, but triple the production and wins them the football game for a Falcons comeback loss. And here we are.
Do you think that Nick Foles is just different?
No.
You think you think there's something about him that whenever he steps on the field, he's just like, you know what? Yeah, I'm the backup, but I'm gonna prove myself that I'm not.
I think he is the perfect example of a right place at the right time. He was given a stacked team in Philadelphia with an injured Carson Wentz, and he just had to go in there and do his job and play pretty good. Nick Foles has been pretty good, not great, and he does really well in the Super Bowl. Their defense is impeccable. I think it was the right situation at the right time. He was put in a bad situation in Jacksonville, and of course he breaks his collarbone. It's just all bad from the beginning. Then you have a Chicago Bears team that is defensively always been really good. I love their defense with Khalil Mack, and they're always efficient. They can always create turnovers. Their offense, they never knew how to use that offense. And, of course, their offensive line needs work. But they have David Montgomery. They have Tariq Cohen, who they're finally using in the right way. And the receivers, even though all the speculation about Allen Robinson wanting to get traded, has been really productive. So I think in that right place at the right time, you have a struggling Falcons team that's not confident mentally and is just not prepared for a comeback like that. And then you have a Chicago Bears team that is like wanting a change. They want a kickstart. They just want a mood change. And when Matt Nagy is saying, okay, we're just going to bench Trubisky and put in Nick Foles, everybody on the team's like, okay, this is refreshing. Okay, we're finally realizing that maybe there is a chance for us in this game. And Nick Foles does that and is at the right place at the right time. So he's a good quarterback, but this is not because he is a top 10 quarterback in the league. This is just right place at the right time for me. And this is the wrong place at every single time for Mitchell Trubisky.
Imagine drafting him before Deshaun and Patty. Wow.
And we just talked about Patrick Mahomes, like franchise quarterback. 10 years of Patrick Mahomes to come, even more with the 2 years still left on his contract, and he's already won a Super Bowl. He's already been the MVP. Deshaun Watson has been an MVP caliber player in Houston, and he just has to get out of there. But he has been extended, so he gets his money, and has played at an elite level. Then there's Mitchell Trubisky. It's just he gets benched.
Yeah, well, it is what it is. Sorry, Bears fans.
Mitchell Trubisky, I'm sorry, buddy, but it is the end of the road, and this is what I'm going to hear out of you for the next few years.
Tough scenes out there in Chicago.
I apologize for the rant, sir. Who is your first loser of the week?
My first loser of the week. I don't know where to begin with this team. I don't know. You have an incompetent head coach. In reality, you have an incompetent coaching staff, in my opinion. You have talent on your team. You do. But you don't know how to use it. And quite frankly, this organization has allowed so many players to walk out on them because of how horrifically bad they are. New York Jets, what are you doing?
Jets, Jets.
But starting today, the New York Jets, in my mind, are not a football team anymore. They're not. The New York Jets are a collective group of people that so happen to be on the same field as the other NFL team that's there as well. Because they're not a team.
You're not even putting them at the level of the Washington football team.
No,
They're
because at
New
least
York.
Yeah, because at least the Washington football team has some promise, and at least they fight. But these Jets, I'm sorry. This collective group of people, they're not a football team. They're not. They're a joke. They're a laughing stock. It is ridiculous how bad they are. And might I add real quick, because we want to keep this show efficient. Might I add, I saw a clip last week Sam Darnold had one of the most ridiculous throws I've ever seen in my whole entire life against the 49ers. This man was rolling to the left. He didn't even have his whole body turned. And he still managed to sling it, sidearm sling it while running. And the ball looked like a laser down the field. And he completed it for a touchdown. We have said multiple times on this show that Sam Darnold is not it, in our opinion. We think he's good. We think he has potential.
I think to really like solidify what I mean by Sam Darnold is that he has the talent to be a great quarterback, but he is so inconsistent because he still needs to learn so much that they just completely like fast tracked him to the NFL. And it's not just that, but you put him in a situation where he's with the worst team in the NFL that doesn't know how to prepare for a guy with his talent.
How is he going to learn if they don't even know what they're doing with their own damn players?
That's right. And that's why I think he's a bust.
So look, Sam Darnold, I'm very sorry for you. I think you have potential. I think you're a good quarterback. You are just in an awful team. But those group of guys that collectively are on the field just so happen to be at the same time as the other team. You deserve this, Stephen A. Yell. You deserve it, big time. Yeah.
Tough.
Imagine how bad you are that your best player wanted to leave. Imagine that.
Which time?
Sure.
You got Le'Veon Bell, you got Jamal Adams, you had Robbie Anderson. Yeah.
Hey, did you notice that once Jamal Adams left, he's popping off with the Seahawks now? Hey, did you notice that once Robbie Anderson left, he's popping off with the Panthers now? I bet you Le'Veon is going to have a resurgence in his career when he leaves. I bet you. Just because that's the way how it goes.
You got Frank Gore, though.
You have the ageless wonder Frank Gore. Frank Gore, bless your heart, my lord. Sir, your second loser of the week.
Been really hesitant to do this, and it hurts me because I really like this quarterback.
Okay.
But everything is leading in the direction of him being the problem. And not just it's not the only problem that they're having. The injuries are piling up.
Are you going to say it? Please say it. Please say it.
I love this guy.
Please say it.
I think if you match him up against Dak, he is more talented, he is more athletic, and I think he has more potential and upside than Dak.
Mm-hmm.
But stats, analytics, they don't lie.
Mm-hmm.
So my second loser of the week is Carson Wentz.
Yes, he is. He is a loser.
Okay, you don't have
He is a
don't kick him
loser.
when he's down, man. Come on.
Look, I love Carson Wentz, but bro, you're on the wrong team, so therefore I don't like you as much.
I don't even think it's the team. It's his decision making. The two stats that I found on Twitter when I was scrolling after the tie against the Bengals, and yes, I did say that correctly. The tie against the Bengals.
Joe Burrow, love you, buddy.
And
Love
to be
you,
fair,
Burrow.
to give some optimism to Carson Wentz, he did keep him in that football game at the very end. He did score that touchdown to take it to overtime. So that's a nice thing. I will say something nice about him. But the stats that really made me decide to put him in the losers this week is that
Let's say his passer rating. Say his passer rating.
I don't know his pass rating, but I don't think it's good.
Say his passer rating. Let's.
I don't know his passer rating. I really don't know. I really don't know. These are the two stats that I got. That based on your throws and your decision making, how many potential turnovers could have been made? I know that's a weird stat, but in the NFL, any stat,
No.
It just happens. Like they have a stat for everything. Patrick Mahomes. Carson Wentz has the most potential turnovers based on his decision making in the NFL. I think it's like 12. And the closest other one is like 6. I may be wrong on that second part, but I know it's 12, which is pretty bad. The second stat is that there have been 36 quarterbacks that have played in the NFL this season. Statistically, Carson Wentz has been the worst. Passer rating, QBR rating, turnovers. He has been the worst. And that is in a league with Ryan Fitzpatrick. That is in a league with Tyrod Taylor. That is in a league with rookies like Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert. That is in a league that even with Sam Darnold in it and with the Jets.
Do you want me to say his passer rating?
Yeah.
63.9.
Ooh, that hurts the soul.
63.9. For those of you who are not 100% fans of the NFL, a passer rating is based out of 100. The average is around 75. Just saying. Just saying.
Oh, man. It hurts to say because I think he's talented. And the ACL injury just really hurt him. But now it's like the backwards hat thing from Colin Cowherd is just stupid. But the play on the field speaks for itself. And Carson, I'm sorry, buddy, but oh man, that hurts. Just move on. Just your third loser, sir.
Okay, look. I'm going to be non-biased real quick. Look, yes, he is on my most hated team in the NFL. Yes, I'm glad he's doing bad on a team perspective. But non-biased, yes, I do agree. Carson Wentz is a very talented quarterback. He is an extremely, extremely talented player. And in all respect, he does deserve better. He is on a team that is decimated by injuries. He's not getting any help. In a player's perspective, yes, I do feel bad for the guy because he is better than what he's showing right now. Carson Wentz is not having a good season at all. He's playing horrifically, but and it sucks. But because you're on the Eagles, I don't care. So,
Pain.
yeah. Carson Wentz, though, in all reality, though, I do hope you at least somewhat, bounce back because you deserve it. You're a great player. Okay. Well, my second loser. Damn, this is a tough one.
Wait, is it your second loser?
Yeah,
Oh,
my second.
my bad.
I've only talked about the team that just so happens to be on the field.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Just let's keep it going.
Okay.
Time.
Now I'm going to talk about another team. Let's talk about another team. Team deserves to be called a team, somewhat. But you know what? I'm going to call them half a team. Let's see. Week 2, you were up 29-10.
Oh.
And you blow that lead. Well, that sucks. That really sucks. You should have won that. Okay. But then on Sunday, you were up 26-10. Let's remind me, what's the difference between 29-10 and 26-10?
It's a 3-point margin, sir.
Okay, 3-point margin. Okay, so basically the same situation. Might I add that a backup quarterback comes into the game? Now, we all understand that Nick Foles is different, but
What the fuck was that?
you never seen that meme? Okay,
No.
meme lost.
I'm
Anyway,
sorry.
doesn't matter. Sorry.
Sorry.
But still, Nate Foles is different.
Not
But
watching this.
do it again. You blow the lead and you lose. What the hell? Okay, hold on. Seriously, what the hell? Dan Quinn, why are you not out of the building yet? Why aren't you out? You've blown back-to-back football games that you should have won by far because your defense is undisciplined. For some whatever reason, your offense decides to stop scoring or stop having the momentum after the third quarter. What is going on? Seriously, like what is happening? Is there something I'm missing here? Is there something I'm missing? Like, is there an angel that comes on the field and takes the body of the opposing team's quarterback? What's going on? I don't get it. In my opinion, I would not stoop you down to that team that collectively gets on the field with the other team, but you're getting close. You're getting real close. And I'll leave you at half because Stephen A., take it away. Yeah.
Oh man, can't tell you. I tend to back up a lot of my arguments with information and a strong argument. But this
How can you this time? How can you?
this just doesn't make sense.
It doesn't.
Even when Russell Gage Jr. goes down, you still and Julio Jones was out for this game as well. You still have Calvin Ridley. You still have Hayden Hurst, who did have a good game. You still have Todd Gurley. And you have Matt Ryan, who can put up numbers. Your defense isn't as bad as how you're playing it right now. I think this defense has the players, but they're just undisciplined. And they're very self-conscious at this point. Like, mentally, they are broken. Mentally, they are gone. They have checked out.
Yeah.
And I don't think Dan Quinn has this locker room in check. I don't think he has the locker room anymore. And that's a bad thing. Like, I talked about it with Navarro earlier today. Like, when you lose the locker room like the Clippers did in the NBA, it's not a good thing, or it's not an easy thing to get back, and it's going to take a lot of change.
Yep.
And it's time for a change. But I still think there's all the talent in the world with this team. So when I told you this Packers and Falcons Monday night matchup is so intriguing to me. I mean, they can easily win that football game and shock the world because they put up numbers. And this defense is more than capable of getting to the quarterback and to keep up with the Packers. Because the Packers defense can give up a lot of yards and a lot of points, but they're built for shootouts. So if Matt Ryan can do that, they can win that football game. But I can't explain to you why back-to-back against a Cowboys team that should never won that game.
Never.
A Bears
Absolutely
team that should
not.
have never won that game with Mitchell Trubisky, and let alone Nick Foles, made it look easy. I mean, easy. They came back easily. And, of course, the jokes are going to keep running about the Super Bowl 28-3 lead. But you're only giving them more fuel. You're only giving them more, like, just shots. Like, you're just giving it to them.
I just don't get it, man. I don't. I really don't. I cannot begin to explain to you. But oh well, Stephen A., you said my piece. Your second loser, sir. Oh no, actually no, this is your third
This is
loser.
my
I'm
third.
sorry. Yes.
This one's a tough pill to swallow because
Is
we're
it?
both high on this team before
Oh.
the season. But the injuries have just plagued them
yes.
so
Yes.
much that there's
Yes.
just no way that they can come back with it. They just
Yeah.
named a new starting quarterback from Boise State. And God help you, sir. I'm not being disrespectful at all. I'd have never heard of you, and I don't know your name. And that might be my lack of research, but I just don't care to search. But my third loser and my last loser is the Denver Broncos IR list and injury list. Because let's just go through it, shall we? Let's go through it. Starting on the late August of 2020, Justin Strnad, linebacker, put on IR. Austin Fort put on IR. AJ Boye put on IR. Von Miller put on IR. Dremont Jones, Cortland Sutton both put on IR. Mark Barron and DeMarcus Walker both put on IR. Jarrell Casey, Jeremiah Atauchu, Devontae Harris, Philip Lindsay, Austin Calitro, and Drew Lock, Elijah Wilkinson just put on the IR list literally today.
Oh my god. Wow.
It hurts.
It hurts. It hurts bad. It really does hurt
Those
bad.
are Pro Bowl guys. It's AJ Boye. It's Von Miller. It's Philip Lindsay. It's Cortland Sutton, who I adore. And
Drew Lock could have been.
Drew Lock was potentially going to prove a lot of people wrong and be the
Yes.
franchise guy for them. But just a lot of bad things happening in Denver. And it's sad to see. So this goes for everyone that believed in the Denver Broncos this year, including us two here today.
Let's say a quick prayer. Dear John Elway, God of the Denver Broncos, please help your team. In recovery. Amen. My Lord.
Let's just. Keep
I don't think about it.
Just keep.
My third loser. How good are we on time right now?
We are at 48 minutes, so Hurry up.
My third loser of this week is the Dallas Cowboys secondary. You guys are trash.
Don't,
You guys are undisciplined.
Don't.
I cannot believe you. You know what? I'm going to say something right now. The Cowboys could have won that game. They could have. They could have won that game on Sunday. But 4 different drives, and they all amounted into touchdowns from the Seahawks. That the Cowboys defense decided to illegal contact, pass interference, holding. There was even one where we got penalized because Jalen Smith pushed, who was it, Greg Olsen, out of bounds.
I don't know what you want me to say. There's nothing I just go watch the review. Watch me yell for 50 minutes.
Like Stephen A. and Max Kellerman say sometimes, I'm looking at the camera for this. Mike Nolan? What the hell? You serious? Your boys are that undisciplined? Really? That undisciplined, huh? Wow. Cool. Stephen A., take it away.
No, I don't even need Stephen A. for that one.
Oh.
Excuse me, I gotta take this.
Oh.
Hello, 911.
Oh.
Yeah, I need an ambulance.
Oh.
What for? A broken heart.
Oh.
Yeah, it's serious.
Quite serious, yes.
No, yeah, I'll be fine. No, yeah. 2 hours? Yeah, I'll be fine. Yeah. No, I'll just keep watching the film.
Until next Sunday? Yeah, we'll be fine.
Even with a broken heart, I could still play better than Darian Thompson at safety. Fuck out of here.
Darian Thompson was my last thing. You really think it was a smart idea getting rid of Haha? You really
That
think
scares
so?
me. That scares me, Kevin, because think of how bad HaHa Clinton had to be to not even earn a spot on the roster, that they thought Xavier Woods and Darian Thompson were good safeties, that they were impressed by their play. And even still through week 3, where they put up the worst performance out of a secondary that I've ever seen, worse than Jeff Heath, that they say, nah, we're not bringing in Earl Thomas. Nah. No, we're not talking about this. We're not talking about this. Okay, top 5 teams of the week.
5 teams. All right. Let's
Kevin,
make it nice.
Let's go like number 5, and then we say our number 5 team, and then go number 4, and we'll just keep going. Kevin.
Yes.
Number 5.
The number 5 best team?
Yes.
The number 5 best team. Well, let's see. I'm looking at this list right here, right now, of the number 5 best team in the NFL.
Do you not have your list?
No, because I remember I misunderstood. So I'm going on the fly. But if I had to say, 5, 6, 7. So out of 7 teams, I'm gonna say the top 5.
Well, just say number 5. Just say
I'm
number
gonna
5.
see Titans.
Say Titans.
I would say the Tennessee Titans number 5,
Okay.
just because Ryan Tannehill's kind of balling right now. He's kind of balling. Tannehill's balling. That defense
Could use some work. They've
Could use
given up
some
30
work.
points plus.
But it just so
back-to-back games.
happens. Yeah, but it just so happens they clutch up at the right time, which is weird.
That's all you need.
It's weird. But I mean, Ryan Tannehill, you're doing good. Derrick Henry, do better, please. Please to God, do better.
Stop.
And also, for the receivers that they got going on, and that Jonnu Smith guy,
Ooh, AJ Brown, Corey Davis.
yeah. So Tennessee Titans, top 5. Sir, continue the list.
Number 5, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Kind of debating between them and the Bills. I have more trust in the Steelers than I do the Bills. I do think that the Bills have more upside. But for right now, the Steelers can create turnovers on defense. They can score a lot of points and have a lot of fun with Juju Smith-Schuster and Ben Roethlisberger, who has impressed me and proved me wrong. James Conner, if he can stay healthy, he'll be fine. Their offensive line is always going to be great, and protecting a Big Ben. I like their wide receivers. I like the Eric Ebron move in the offseason, and I have Eric Ebron on my fantasy team. That's how much I love this move so much. They have Vance McDonald still, but having those two tight ends just spreads the field even better. But when you create turnovers and give that offense plenty of possessions and more possessions, Juju Smith-Schuster on the sideline having a lot of fun. It's great morale. It's great aura for this Pittsburgh Steelers team. So I think they look pretty good, and they can match up well against the Baltimore Ravens. So number 5, Pittsburgh Steelers.
Number 4, the Josh Allen-led Buffalo Bills.
You're God damn it.
Love me. You love me.
Is it just because of Josh Allen?
You love me. Shut up.
Allen?
You love me. Shut up.
Just
So you want me to say Chicago? The fluke 3-0 Bears?
I'm not saying pick Chicago.
You want me to say Pittsburgh? No. Josh Allen-led Buffalo Bills is the number 4 team, best team in the NFL right now. They got Josh Allen. He's a stud, number 5 MVP candidate in my opinion. Their defense does just enough. Devin Singletary, that boy's good. He's really good.
Zach Moss is good too.
Zach Moss is good too.
I like him when he gets back and healthy. I like him.
Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen are becoming friends now. I like it. I like it a lot. Buffalo Bills, number 4.
Stephon Diggs, another underrated move and trade in the offseason, but he's doing exactly what he did in Minnesota. So, all right, I get that. Number 4, the Seattle Seahawks. I know. Here's my thing on it, is that when the Seahawks these last couple of years have played a great team, they have always struggled. Last year, they played the Ravens, they played the Browns, they played the Packers. They looked bad. They looked like they weren't at the same level. They do really well against easy teams, but when they play against strong competition, they did not do well enough for me to be like, okay, they're a top 5 team. But the way that Russell Wilson's playing, and for them to have an off day on Sunday, they had an off day on Sunday to where Russell Wilson did not make accurate throws. Their running game wasn't there with Chris Carson or Carlos Hyde. Their defense had so many injuries on the back end that Jamal Adams was even out. Yet KJ Wright and Bobby Wagner step up. Their defensive line adds pressure alongside Jamal Adams, who comes on a safety blitz all the time and does it just perfectly. And for them to still score 38 on an off day, and then to basically blow out every other team and to win against the Patriots last week on Sunday night in a tough game. Those are the types of games that I need to see the Seahawks win to say this is a contender team. That's why I think on their good days, they are not going to be an easy team to beat. And I believe in them now. I believe in this team this year. I didn't believe in them in years past, but I believe in this team. They get healthy. They have their off days. They'll get those out of the way. But if they're playing against the Patriots on Sunday night and they get the win and stop Cam Newton at the goal line, number 4, Seattle Seahawks.
You're very disrespectful.
Why?
You're very disrespectful. Number 3 best team in the league, the Seattle Seahawks.
One off.
Russell Wilson is a god. DK Metcalf, come on, buddy. Hold on to the ball. Other than that, you are an amazing receiver. Tyler Lockett, dude, whatever you do works. I don't know how the hell you do it, but it works. You're amazing. Go do whatever the hell you want to do. Their defense just does enough.
Yeah.
Chris Carson, he's a big boy. Chris Carson's a big boy. He is a man. Chris Carson's a man. Their offensive line got a little banged up. Maybe a couple weeks down the line, maybe they'll get there.
Better than expected, in my opinion.
Yes.
Better than expected.
Yes. But still, Seahawks, number 3 in my opinion.
Okay.
For you, sir. Disrespectful. How dare you? Number 3.
The New England Patriots. In Bill, we trust, and I know you're like, you just made the argument that they beat the Patriots, like the Seahawks are the better team. In Bill, we trust This is 3 weeks into the Cam Newton project. They still have a great defense with Stephon Gilmore and Chase Winovich, by the way, that is taking over the role of Kyle Van Noy, looking really good on the linebacker position.
Cool, yes.
I love Winovich, what he's doing so far. Their running backs, they don't even have their best running back at scoring with James White. God bless him. Hopefully he's doing well. Then you have Rex Burkhead, who went off. And then you have Sony Michel, the committee in the backfield. Great. They're using the running game with Cam Newton very well. I am hesitant to give Cam Newton the praise, but it's on the right track. I like what the receivers are doing. They're getting better each week, and they're well coached. New England Patriots are my third best team. In the long term, they will be better than the Seahawks.
You are so disrespectful.
What?
You are so disrespectful. I cannot believe you. I was praising the Patriots not even a week ago, and you were shutting me down.
I was shutting down Cam Newton, so shut your mouth.
Who's the leader of that team, my guy?
It's Bill Belichick. It's Dollar Bill. In Dollar Bill we trust.
You are so disrespectful.
I'm not
Number
disrespectful.
two,
I just put it third.
number two best team in the NFL. Ooh, I'm about to say it. That bad man, Aaron Rodgers. That bad man. He's a bad man. Look, those Packers, they can do whatever the hell they want, and it works.
Yeah.
Oh, what? No Devontae Adams? Oh,
Doesn't
Alan Lazard.
Yeah,
What? Aaron Jones needs a break? Jamal Williams. Oh, I'm sorry. Jamal needs a break? Quadzilla. Quadzilla. Oh, I'm sorry. Lazard's not open? Martez. What's his full name? I always forget his name.
Marquez Valdez-Scantling?
Valdez Scantling. Yes, I always want to say it the other way. MVS. I'll call him that. MVS. He's open. Oh, who's inside of the ball? Zadarius Smith? Preston Smith? Jair Alexander?
No bad man.
And then that bad man leading that team, Aaron Rodgers.
Discount double check.
He just discount double checked me to 2 wins in a row on fantasy.
I like that.
Aaron Rodgers, I love you. Stop being disrespectful.
I'm not being disrespectful. The Packers are my second best team as well.
Yeah, you better say that. You better say that.
Hey.
Yeah.
Relax.
You know what? You know what? Aaron Rodgers, he's gonna sit at the foot of your bed tonight, and he's gonna keep discount double checking until you know you're wrong on the other list.
Sounds like a good time to me. Number one, I think it's pretty obvious who our number one is the Kansas City Chiefs, based on their Monday night performance. Dear God, the plays that were coming out of their ass. Andy Reid, you mastermind.
Did you see that guy wearing the number 15 jersey? Did you see him?
It's pretty good.
He is quite exceptional at playing football. And I hope this puts an end to the Lamar versus Mahomes debate, because I'm tired of seeing that debate.
There was no debate.
Exactly.
There was no debate.
Exactly. I'm tired of seeing that no debate, because shut up. You're dumb. Are you serious? You were really putting Lamar. Look, Lamar's fantastic. I'm not bashing him. But it's like it's Patty, tier break, and then Lamar. All right?
Yeah.
Relax. Patty is in a league of his own. This man could literally be texting his fiance, asking her how she's feeling right now with the baby, while still throwing a 75-yard touchdown pass. And it's on the money. I love
to his offensive lineman, to Eric Fisher.
Eric Fisher is 75 yards down the field, and it works.
Look,
dude, how is it so good?
I don't.
Stop.
It can be easily said that he can go down as the greatest NFL player of all time if he continues this for the next 10 years. I mean, even for the next 5 years.
1/16th amount of talent that Patrick Mahomes had, I would be better than Kirk Cousins.
Now, why'd you got to do it to Kirk Cousins like that? Why you got to do it like that? No. Poor guy. So we both don't have Baltimore Ravens in our top 5, and I feel
Because they
like,
should.
I feel like they're a very complete team. But you got to think about it. They have to go through the Chiefs. They have to go through the Chiefs if they want any chance of winning the Super Bowl. And Lamar Jackson said it. It's their kryptonite. The Kansas City Chiefs are their kryptonite. And you've lost. You've lost the battle already because mentally you're saying we just can't match up well against them. And in the matchups that you've gone year after year and season after season with the Kansas City Chiefs, you do not show up. And you can't pass for 95 yards in a full game as a quarterback and expect to win a Super Bowl. You just can't do it.
I think you said it before the podcast that Lamar just looked frustrated yesterday.
He
looked frustrated. He didn't know what to do.
His body language was defeated. Like,
Yeah.
one bad thing would go wrong, and he would say, okay, it's just not our night. And that's a bad thing to have in the first or second quarter. And they had a chance to get back in that game with the turnover by Edwards-Helaire. They had that fumble in the third quarter. They could have gone down the field and gotten a touchdown, make it a one-possession game. And they just went with a field goal. And it was very underwhelming. And I'm like, this whole performance has been underwhelming. I do think the Ravens are a more complete team than the Chiefs, even though I love both sides of the ball for the Kansas City Chiefs. But just Patrick Mahomes just adds a different element to it. And if they're on fire like that, if they're just calling plays and making up stuff as they go, and Patrick Mahomes is just chucking that ball down the field like it's Uncle Rico and Napoleon Dynamite, dude, you ain't gonna beat him. You ain't gonna beat him.
He's so good.
Oh, he's so good.
He's so good.
He's so fun to watch. Like, it's one thing to say he's a great quarterback, but I will watch any given Sunday Patrick Mahomes just throwing that ball, no-look passes, little shovel passes, these screens that they're coming up with. It's so fun. It's like the Golden State Warriors from a few years ago when they would just spread the ball and pass the ball just so eloquently through the court. And it was so, like, beautiful to watch.
Yeah.
You just watching a masterpiece. You're watching the 16th chapel being painted in front of your eyes. That's what it looks like when you're with the Kansas City Chiefs offense. And you reach just a little touch here, a little offensive lineman screen here, a little shovel pass to Travis Kelce, a little 80-yard pass to Tyreek Hill, a little over the shoulder to Tyreek Hill. It's all beautiful. And number one isn't the right thing to call this team. Like, they are the best team.
They're insane. They're insane. They're so good.
They are incredible. All right. We went over an hour because we're dumbasses. But that doesn't matter because I keep having fun. So this is going to do it for this episode of the Bubble Up Sports Podcast. I hope you enjoyed winners and losers of Week 3 of the NFL. The NBA Finals start tomorrow, so go check out the preview with Navarro. We'll come back later this week. We'll do a film session on the Cowboys game against the Seahawks. I don't want to do it, but I want to. But keep that in mind. Subscribe, follow the podcast. We're on 85 subscribers, closing in on 1,000 listens through Spotify and Apple Podcast. And make sure to subscribe as a member to the podcast with $1, $5, or $10 a month. And then make sure to donate to Irving's Cancer Treatment with the link down below. So thank you, Kevin, once again. And we'll see you next time on the Bubble Up Sports Podcast.
Yeah, hold on. Tell me who's your top 5 quarterbacks right now, dead or alive, huh? And how much do you care about a ring if the best player got carried by the team? Now, would you lose if it been a better draft pick? And do you cuss when your team get their ass kicked? Now, do you keep it classy or you keep it ratchet? For the man with the man.